Hello everyone, today I'll show you how we can create a responsive app using Power Apps, and the demo that I'll be showing you is of an online grocery site. You can use it to create an app for your own business. So we'll start, first we go to this powerappsmaker.com, and then from here we click on new app, and then we go to Canvas app. And the most important step for creating an app is that you need a data source. For me, this veggie shopping is the data source where I have the list of items, their price, and the image link. And for image link, we need this within square braces. We need to write image, and then we need to format this as a table from this option. When it's done, we'll upload it to our OneDrive, and this is all what that we need for the initial steps. Now we'll click on OneDrive for Business, and let it be on phone layout. Yeah, and the name of the file is veggie shopping, so I'll search for it. Here it is, and then let's click on table 1 and connect. While it's connecting, it will take a few moments, and after that they'll create a custom app for you where you can make the changes according to your needs. We'll see a preview of this app later on. Alright, it says that there is no data. I'm not quite sure of what might have happened. Let me just check it and then be back. Alright, so there was a bit issue with the data connecting, and now it's back. So we can, with this play button, we can see how our app looks. This is how it looks. It has the list of items that is apples, ashgard, cucumber, onions, and potatoes, and then the pictures are in display and their price. If you want, you can add more details, as in from where and how it was brought. So from the these are the items that you can check, and then you can change it. Let us change the name of this table 1 to items, maybe. If you want, we can change this to display item. This is just a demo app so that you get a brief idea of what and how we can change. Alright, so yeah, that pretty much it is. Now let's go back to an original screen, and suppose you want a welcome screen to this app. So how do you do that? First we go to this insert menu, and then from here we tap new screen. You can either click on a blank or a scrollable screen, so I'll click on blank. You can name this something like welcome screen. Yeah, and since this welcome screen you want it to be above, like the first screen to show up, so we need to move it at the top. And here you can add as many things that you want. Suppose we add a text box or a text input, and here we write that welcome to veggie shopping. That is welcome to veggie shopping. This will be, you can write it here as well. Okay, and then let's change it to suppose 30. It's better to keep it. If you want, we can alright, if you do not want this borders to come, then you can also remove it. If you go down, you can see what is available, and then from this border, let me move to none. Alright, so you'll see that there is no border, and if you want, you can increase this size more, but then it will move out of the screen. So let us keep it to 35 maybe. Alright, then let us add certain pictures. We go to media and then image. I have an image downloaded on my local computer, so let me just add it from there. Suppose this is how I want it to look, and suppose I want to add another media. Yeah, let that be here. I'm not great at designing. If you want, you can upload it, and if it doesn't look, see which one looks better. You can also keep this or this. So let me just this one. All right, and now let's have a button. Yeah, so this button will take us to the next page. Let's just give a name like next to it. If you want, you can change the width and the size, and so like also the font, you can change it to suppose 28 so that it looks bigger. All right, and then the most important thing is how do we connect this button to our next page, that is supposed to our browse screen. Okay, we want soon after this welcome screen, we want to see this browse screen. So how do we do that? We move back to our welcome screen, and from here we go to a button, then we move to advanced. Here we'll see that we have on select option. All right, so we'll click on this, we'll edit it to this command. If you want, I can write this in my GitHub repository or simply in my blog. This is the command that you need to use, that is navigate. Navigate to where? Okay, to where do I want to move it? I want to move it to my browse screen. Sorry, browse screen 1 it is. Yeah, so this is how it does. Now this is not looking quite great and attractive to me, but let's just continue doing this. So now when we are previewing the app, what we see is, we see this is our app, and then we move to next, and then we can see the items that are available. Okay, so if you have a bigger data set, then suppose you can look for, suppose I am looking for onions, and then you look for onions, and they'll show onions and the price of the onions. So this is how we can make a simple app using it. Also suppose you have a site. Okay, how do you do that? Suppose well, you want uh, this, that is whenever we are typing on welcome to veggie shopping, you want it to redirect to your site. So what you do is you click on this text input, then move to advanced, and on this on select we use it launch, suppose www or some dot something like xyz, like you give the address or the website that you want to move to. All right, this is how we can embed links into our apps. So since we do not have a website right now, so let us just move it to default, that is false. Now once we have created the app, you can also add more screens, like suppose a success screen. After your items have been added to the cart, you want to show to the user success, and then redirect to them to some other page, like suppose a calendar or email or form. So you can like make changes according to your needs, and once you are happy or satisfied with what you have created, we move to file, and then we save it. Since I've already saved it as with the name of, or from save or save as, you name it as veggie app or any other app, and then we save it. Since I've already saved, it will show that it already exists, and once it's done, you can share it. And from the power apps app downloaded from play store, you can log in with the account that you have used to create this, and then you can view the app that you have made. So this is how you can create a very responsive app simply with 0 lines of code. In my later tutorials, we'll learn how we can use flows to integrate a bot in our apps to make it more responsive. That's all for today. Thank you.